Hello traders, today is Monday, September the 30th. I'm gonna go over only 8 different names today. Anyways, let's get to it. Keep in mind, this is not financial advice. This content is for educational purposes. If you have any intention to invest any capital in any type of investments, please make sure to do your own due diligence and research before you actually risk your money in any type of investment. That being said, let's start the video with Apple. And Apple had a pretty interesting day. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart. I did have an overnight, well, from Friday swing on Apple, which played out pretty well. Now, I did get out on this area right here. I think it was on the second candle or the third candle. There is where I got out, and then I left it alone. Today was I was a little bit busy, so I really didn't want to get too into day trading. But we're gonna go into levels, and I'll show you how well this is behaving. Towards the end of the trading session, you had this nice rally right here, and I think you are probably gonna see it better on the 5 minute. And this area, I think Powell was talking on this area right here. I was just checking some news as I was doing some stuff, and I saw then some names were trading lower, and then you had this nice move up, and then moving towards this resistance level. Let's go to the 1 minute. I'm sorry, the daily chart, and look at this. So you're right at this level again, which is 233, I believe. Yeah, it's 233. And keep in mind, you got rejected here once, but then you mounted, and then you went down again. Then you have twice, 3 times, and now this is the 4th time. I think if we break this level tomorrow or this week with any kind of momentum, we are definitely going to see new all-time highs for Apple. I've been day trading Apple since this all these hammers right here, and it's been quite profitable for me. Unfortunately, right now I don't have any positions. I'm focusing on other things, on some businesses that I own, and I didn't have much time to really keep an eye on this. But it would have been fantastic if my the calls that I have from Friday, I would just keep them. Anyways, keep an eye on this resistance level at 233. I do believe that is critical at this point. And if we are retesting, maybe coming down a little bit and then going up, that would be optimal. That you can also get rejected here and go back to 225. So be very careful right now. MACD and TSI are not looking bad at all. The RSI is not overbought. So in general terms, I do think that Apple is doing well. I was wondering that maybe there is some sort of, I guess, influence from the stimulus that is going on in China, but that is just personal speculation. In reality, Apple right now doesn't have a lot going on, even in new products or anything like that, but the stock is still performing very well. I wonder, there is capital definitely coming into Apple at this point. Just be careful at this resistance level at 233, and keep an eye on any type of reaction, negative reaction. If we don't break, going, and then we will go towards 225. That's what I have for Apple. Let's take a look at another name that I mentioned yesterday, actually Sunday, and that is AFRM. And yeah, I did mention AFRM. I've been mentioning AFRM actually since this area right here, basically from earnings, which was somewhere, yeah, it was here. I did take some puts right here. We cover or fill the gap a little bit, and then it bounced back. Now we're at this level right now, and what I've been saying, and you can go back and check all those videos, is that these indicators right here looked a little bit extended, and it would be nice to see them cooling down a little bit. And it looks like that is what is happening. Let's take a look at the 5 minute time frame, and you had a nice move up in the beginning of the session, and then you completely tanked all the way, and then you came back. So this nice comeback, you had a double bottom right here, or if you forget about this, wick right here, but you had this nice comeback towards closing. I do believe that it would be great if we get to 39. It might be actually a little difficult to break 40, which is fine. That would be good as well. And then we kind of like consolidate in this area just to see a next move towards 42, 45, 52 is my next level, I believe, which is 52. So for now, I would just wait. I had some puts last week. I was playing these candles right here. Again, normally I swing overnight, and they worked out pretty well. Today again was another interesting day, but I wasn't in front of the screen most of the morning. However, I was monitoring a firm, and I was just looking at this level right here, which is a very important level in my opinion right now. I think if we break this 39.3, or if we go under 40 when any momentum, you're actually gonna hit 35, you know, and then you're gonna be right on that 200 SMA and see how the stock is gonna react at this at that level. But for now, let's think that we are probably gonna bounce somewhere around 40 or something like that, maybe range or retest, and then continue going towards 42. This area right here between 42.50 and 39.3 is very critical. So keep an eye on this area right here, and then there's gonna be opportunities here to the downside or the upside. I'm rooting for AFRM, at least for now, to continue going up, but I like the fact that these indicators are cooling down. The RSI is almost neutral. A couple of more days of red or maybe dodgy days per se would be very helpful for these indicators to cool down a little bit. Your levels are support at 39.3, resistance at 40.50. That's what I have for a firm. Let's move on now to I want to do Amazon today because it's been behaving well. Let's do Amazon, and it's been behaving bearish, to be honest. I think there is going to be another great opportunity if this continues to go down. Right now my price target is 181. Today it was a weird day. I was really looking into Amazon today. I was pretty much a little bit stuck looking into it, but you had this sell-off in the beginning of the day, and then you tried to come back, but again, it's just looking weak. This was the last session, which was Friday. You also had the same situation here. You used pretty much the same behavior as today. You went down, kind of consolidate, and then you kind of sold off again. Now today we went up within the first 10 minutes of trading, and then you went down. Then Powell was talking here, everybody got scared, and then you went up, mounted at 35 SMA, and there wasn't enough momentum. It's still red aftermarket. I'm not too worried about that. I consider pre-market more than after hours in most cases, but for now I'm just seeing that we are pretty weak with Amazon. Keep an eye on this level right here, 181. I've seen some people that had a level somewhere around here, and I still don't understand why, but to each their own, I guess. But anyways, my level right now is 181, and it's kind of, if you hit the level and you start rebound, you get a retest or rebound on this level, you're definitely gonna go back to 190. For now, 181. I think it was yesterday that I mentioned Apple. No, Amazon. Yes, I did. And this is just a speculation on my end, but I wonder how much Amazon is going to be affected by the strike that is going to take place tomorrow. And that's the port strike, and most of them are in the East Coast. Like the East Coast is having the worst time possible right now, and yeah, there's a strike starting tomorrow. Fantastic, right? But anyways, I wonder what kind of implications that's going to have for stocks like Amazon and maybe Baba and even eBay, anything that has to deal with freight. We'll see what happens there. But if this strike takes too long to be resolved, the entire economy is going to get affected. So keep that in mind. Your resistance level or your support level is 181. resistance right now is 190. That's what I have for Amazon. And I want to do another name. I think I mentioned this yesterday, and I was saying, let's do ASTS. And look at this chart. I did post something yesterday on X, and take a look at that account. I do post a lot of charts. I didn't put any charts today, but yesterday I put, or over the weekend, I put like 10 different charts. Anyways, I was, I guess, asking a general question if we're catching bottom right here, or not bottom, but support right here. And it looks like it. You had a pretty nice day on Friday at 625, and then today you went up, you were up 3.3% pretty much. If we go to the 5-minute chart, you can actually see that you had a pretty nice start, and then things cooled down towards the end of the session, which is fine in this case. I do believe that if we catch more momentum, we're gonna continue going up. I like the fact that after this rally right here, these indicators actually cool down a little bit. RSI is neutral, the TSI still has strength, and it looks like they are cooling up towards their signal lines, which is a good indication as well. If we break resistance at 27.8, I do believe there is going to be more steam going towards 36 or 37. Maybe we can consider this area as a level as well. Yeah, but definitely I think we're gonna move towards 36 or 37 if we continue breaking this, or if we break this resistance level. Keep an eye on that. Right now you're on top of that 35 SMA. It didn't go down. It did close right up here, so it's looking good. And again, as I mentioned yesterday, this company has something going on that is quite interesting, and nobody else is doing it as far as I know. Don't quote me on that. Let's move on to let's do Bitcoin. I've been mentioning Bitcoin for a while now, especially since we were touching this area right here on the 200 SMA. This is what is important right now. You did break that 200 SMA on Thursday of last week. Then you have this over, Friday and then the weekend. And now you are down. At one point today, we went down almost 4%. But you went under the 200 SMA. Let's zoom in a little bit. And now you're coming back up. Let's take a look at the 5-minute and see how this looks. Not too good. Anyways, just by looking at this chart, my thought process is, if there is more momentum, let's say if the next candle or two in the next 2 days, you have a little bit more red, you're going to hit 59 easy. Don't worry about the 35 SMA. You're just going to go down to 59. And if there is more momentum, this is going to continue going down towards 57. I'm sorry. I like Bitcoin. I do own Bitcoin. And I want to see Bitcoin as high as possible. That would be fantastic. I would love to see that. Now, that being said, realistically speaking, if I take a look at the MACD and the TSI, they are looking weak. They've been looking weak since this area right here until you got a little bit of momentum on Thursday. But now sellers are coming in, and we'll see what happens. To be honest, Bitcoin is behaving more and more like a stock. A lot of people say that Bitcoin doesn't react the same way as the market does. I think that's a bunch of shit. In reality, I do believe that it just keeps behaving more and more like a stock, and you should treat it as such when you see a chart, not as a type of investment per se, if you buy, Bitcoin itself. But if you're just looking at the chart, for sure, it behaves just like stock, and it's, MACD and TSI. The TSI is losing strength. The RSI is already pointing down towards the 50. And again, I think if tomorrow or the next candle is red and we're under the 200 SMA, for sure 59 is coming, 59.7. That's what I think. And that's my thesis on this. Hopefully I'm wrong, honestly, but and we'll rebound here, right? And then continue going towards 67. That would be fantastic. But in this case, considering that we're losing strength and momentum, we're probably going to go to 57 if we break the 200 SMA. That's what I have for Bitcoin. And now let's do another name that I forgot to buy today. I totally forgot. I was busy today and I was thinking, I know I have to buy something. I didn't have any notes with me, and I completely forgot about Google. So let's do Google. And look at this. So yesterday, what I was saying is like, it's great to see this consolidation, right? You're right on top of the 35 SMA. And then the next candle, if it's green, this is going to move. I might end up buying tomorrow. Why not? Before I say that, let's go take a look at the 5 minute. It looks good, to be honest. Let's take a look at extended hours and see how this looks. Yeah, it's cooling down a little bit. You know, I might actually get into this again tomorrow. I've been swing trading this thing for a while in this area right here, so I wouldn't mind. Have some nice calls towards 170. This is looking fun. You know, let me take a note of this. And let me see, why didn't I have this on my notes? No, I didn't. Okay, well, let's keep going. MACD and TSI are looking good. RSI is looking good. They are not gonna get into any overbought area probably until we get to 170. I'm more bullish than anything right now. You can argue that this was a little bit of a flag. My point of this was a nice consolidation that ended up mounting this resistance level at 164 is also mounting at the same time the 35 SMA, and I do believe that we're gonna go towards 170. That's my thesis on this, and this is what I think is my bias towards Google right now. Definitely an opportunity if you wanna, in my opinion, to get a little bit of a risk towards 170. There is less risk in my opinion. So low liquidity in this area. I think there is low liquidity all the way up to 175. That's fantastic. Google was lagging compared to other names, compared to especially Meta or even Tesla or the Magnificent Seven. Well, Nvidia is been lacking momentum as well, but Google for whatever reason was just moving very slow, and I think there were some losses. I forgot. I don't follow. You know, when I get busy, I get really busy, and so that's why I like to trade with based upon the chart. Anyways, this is looking great. Today was up 1.15%. Again, let's go back to the 5 minute. I want to see how this behaved towards, yeah, it was pretty much flat. Nothing really going on. Look at this bounce on the 200 SMA right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you had another one right here. This is respecting the 200 SMA pretty nicely, even on the, when it's under it. Okay. Anyways, Google looking good. I might actually buy some calls tomorrow for Google. Now let's move on to our next name, and that is another name that I've been mentioning quite often, and that is HIMS. And another nice good day for HIMS. If you actually, let's zoom in on a little bit on this thing, and you're right on the we're right on our price target that was 1873, 18.7. Let's put it that way. MACD and TSI is looking still very good, looks healthy, it's not overextended. I would love to see a little more divergence, but that's fine. You have that divergence on the TSI. I love that. We're not overbought on the RSI, and I like the fact, as I mentioned before, you're moving with red, kind of like what Tesla, I'm going to mention Tesla next, that had a little bit of red. It wasn't all green. Every time I see moves like this that is all green, and maybe you have one or two, every time I see that, I get you know, a little bit apprehensive, or I don't want to trade the stock, because I'm like, it's just going to go the other way and already looks extended, right? But in this case, it's just moving very slowly, very steady. And those are the best moves that you want to catch, especially if you catch them right under, you know, the prior support or resistance level in this case. HIMS, for example, when right into the support level at 1316, went over the 200 SMA. That was the probably here, I would say, on September 12th, after going over the 15.3 support level, or resistance level, my bad. That was probably the best entry. And then look how steady this is moving. I really like this. We're well over that 35 SMA. The 35 SMA is also starting to curl up a little bit, which is a good indication. My price target, at least for now, is still 18.7. And again, I would love to see a little bit of red, you know, just a little bit of color here, and then see a continuation. But so far, how HIMS is moving is moving very steady. I always suggest, you know, even if it's looking great, always keep if you have positions, keep a close eye on any of your stocks, and especially if it's a stock that is, you know, at this price range. They could turn very volatile, so they can turn the other way, and you can get screwed, especially if you have options. But I think for the most part, putting that aside, you are in this nice area for HIMS to go over this resistance level, and then we can reassess the position. You have low liquidity here as well. That's also very nice. HIMS is still looking good, and we're approaching the price target that was 18.7. That's fantastic. Let's move on to, I said, Tesla. Where is Tesla? Here you are. No, where you are. Here. Tesla. So let me take a note right here really quick. Look at this. So Tesla was an interesting day for Tesla. In the beginning of the trading session, I was looking at this before I had a couple of things to get done, and I stepped away from my desk. But anyways, you went up almost to 265, which is at this point not only resistance, but it's also psychological level. Everywhere where you look, everybody's talking about 265. Just like when people were talking about, what was it, 233? Anyways, and 250 as well. You got to this level, which was very close to 265. You were 264.8. Okay, and then you went all the way down. You collapsed. Look at the 5-minute at the 200 SMA on the 5-minute chart. You kissed it once, you kissed it twice, you went up again. And then you went down, Mr. Powell was talking, and everybody started throwing up, and then you went back up again. You had this nice little flag right here, and Tesla, believe it or not, closed the day green. Quite impressive. I mean, after you see these kind of moves, today was a very difficult trading day, in my opinion. I think I'm glad that I wasn't trading today. The only thing that I did was sell my Apple calls. But other than that, it is difficult to trade this kind of stuff unless you get lucky. Let's go to the 1 minute if you're day trading. Unless you are like, well, this look extended here, which here you had like a triple top. I was looking at this as well. When I got in or checked Tesla, we were already somewhere here. But I was like, look at that triple top. That looks great. So if you catch this and then you buy puts, that's fantastic, I guess. Great. But I would also be a little bit doubtful of buying any puts in this area, considering that the trend is going up. Let's go to the one day. You know, the whole trend is going up. So why going against a trend? Unless, I don't know. But anyways, you had that triple top. Where are we? That triple top right here. So maybe you could have taken that. And then you had this double bottom here. Maybe you could have taken that. But I don't know. This one was, in my opinion, a little more obvious. You went over the 35 SMA, you went over the 200 SMA. That was a nice move, and it looked like the entire market was starting to push higher towards the end of the session, especially after Powell was done barking. So anyways, Tesla is still looking fantastic. I do believe that if we break 265 this week, 270, the 270s are going to come around pretty quickly. I was calling Tesla in this area right here, just like I called Tesla right here and right here. This was very similar. It was very obvious. I have Tesla stocks, so I didn't have any positions for calls or anything else. I just left it alone. But this move was pretty obvious. It's very fantastic. What I actually like, about this move is the fact that you had this type of color. You had red green kind of deal. Now it's getting more greener. I think everybody else is talking about, or everybody is talking about Tesla, I do believe, is it tomorrow that deliveries are coming? No, it doesn't say. I think deliveries are either tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know, but deliveries are this week for sure. That's going to be detrimental for price action. And then you have on the 10th next week, Robotaxi. If they disappoint in Robotaxi, whatever they say on Tesla, on this Tesla event, this thing is going to tank towards 230, no problem. That's my opinion. But if we break 265, let's say deliveries are good and everything, this thing is going to run and continue to rally. Don't be surprised if you have a good event on the 10th, 300s are going to come. I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised about that. Other than that, yeah, there are some nice setups. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.